What is going on, everyone? It's Original Dude back with another video. So, about a few weeks, maybe a month ago, no, I think around 2 months ago, or I don't know how long ago, uh, I made a poll asking which tier list after the Days of the Week tier list, which tier list did you guys want to see next? And, you guys, and most votes got Pixar movies. So now we are doing a tier list of Pixar movies. I am glad everyone chose Pixar. Love Pixar. They've made some of my favorite movies of all time. They're just really creative and really great with their films. I'm very excited to do this tier list. It's also going to be very long because I think they have around 30 films. Not exactly 30 films, but sheesh, they got a lot of films. Alright, so let's get started with their very first film, Toy Story. Toy Story is a classic. What's not there like to like about Toy Story? It's just got really great characters. It's really just held a special place in my heart. Like, I'm sure all of you will agree that Toy Story is one of their best films. And it's just a classic. It was literally the first computer animated film of all time. Like the very first computer animated film. Like, it's just amazing. Like this movie is absolutely going into S tier. It's amazing. A Bug's Life. I feel like A Bug's Life is more of a forgettable Pixar film that not a lot of people talk about. I don't know where to put A Bug's Life. I really don't know if it's A tier or B tier. I mean, I will put it in A tier, but it's not anywhere near as good as Toy Story. Toy Story is a true classic from Pixar. Now we got Toy Story 2. Come on, another S tier. They carry everything from the first film and grow it even bigger in the second film. The characters are a lot more likable. Okay, that's not to say the characters in the first film were bad. No. But I'm just saying that the character development in this film, they did it great. I think it worked very well. And the emotion, really, the emotion is just a lot bigger with Jesse's backstory, and yeah. I just genuinely think it's as good as the original Toy Story. Amazing film. Monsters, Inc. I think we got another S tier on our hands. Monsters, Inc. makes it in my top 4 favorite Pixar film. Like, it's just hilarious. Monsters, Inc. is just so funny. It's got really funny moments in it. I think in terms of comedy, this one might be the funniest Pixar film. Like, it's just so laughable and funny. Like, this film takes the king of comedy, especially Mike Wazowski. Like, what's not there to like about the meme? Like his scream. The meme with Mike Wazowski's scream. If you know, you know. But it's also got a really sad thing at the end. It really has emotion at the end where it really touches you. And even though I'm 14 years old, I still almost nearly cry at the end. Finding Nemo, A tier. Now, most of you might put this in S tier, but for me, at least be happy I put it in A tier. I don't think it's as good as the Toy Story movies or Monsters, Inc., but you know what? I still think it's a really good film. But man, that beginning, where Marley lost Cora, or whatever her name is, that beginning, I'm sure there are some adults out there that can really relate to losing someone really important to you. Like, that beginning will almost make you cry. Like, The Incredibles, another S tier. Yeah, I put you ahead of Monsters Inc. Love The Incredibles. I just think this movie is so incredible. Why do I even try? No, but in all seriousness, not only is the action and animation of this movie great, but it's also got a lot of adult themed stuff to it. Like, this movie is not very kid friendly. Like, there are a lot of moments where it's not very kid friendly. Heck, there's even a moment where Elastigirl thinks that Mr. Incredible might be having an affair. Heck, there's even, I mean, she doesn't straight up say that she thinks he's having an affair. However, there is a deleted scene of the film where she straight up says it. Like, she straight up asks him if he's having an affair. Like, there's even a deleted scene. There's also a lot of adult themed moments in this film, too. Some people think that it doesn't feel like Pixar because there's no, like, that, like, emotion kind of, like, moments to it. Not like those, like, kind of, like, moments. Even though this film may not have those moments, I still think it feels like a Pixar film to me. Okay, this next film, it takes the crown of S tier. Cars is like the black sheep to Pixar, where when this film originally came out, most people found it as their worst film. They were like, oh, a film about talking cars is so unoriginal. And like, oh, it was clearly made for toys, and yada yada yada. Okay, I don't know how you people are gonna react when I tell you Cars might be my favorite movie of all time. Okay, we all might not agree on that because some people may think that Toy Story or maybe Finding Nemo might be their favorite film from Pixar. However, let me explain. This animation may be the greatest animation I've ever seen ever. The animation is so realistic. The way the cars are animated, the way the dust and like dirt is animated, and then the part where Doc was racing on the dirt, like especially the first beginning, like especially the first like 7 to 8 minutes of the film, that lighting from the beginning race, spot on. And you can never find a better casting for Lightning McQueen and Mater. You cannot find anyone else better than Owen Wilson and Larry the Cable Guy. They nail it. Also, the emotion. I cannot tell you how obsessed I was with this film as a kid. I legit nonstop watched Cars as a kid. Like, I watched it so much. Every single line from the film is etched into my brain. You think I'm joking? I'm not. I will do a scene from the film right now and prove to you that I know every single line of the film. Okay, I just gotta think of a scene. Oh gosh, I really need to think of a scene. Oh, more than Sleeping Beauty. Da! Ha ha ha. Boy, I was wondering when you were gonna wake up. Take whatever you want. Just don't hurt me. Why am I parking? What's going on here, please? You're funny. I like you already. My name's Mater. Mater? Yeah, like Tom Mater, but without the tuh. What's your name? You don't know my name? No, I know your name. Is your name Mater too? There, see, that's proof. Every single line from this gosh darn film is etched into my brain. I was so upset. Like, I have like 10,000 Cars toys in my room. I would show you, but I'm too lazy to get up from my bed right now. Just the animation, the cast. Like this, heck, there are even adult jokes in this movie that went over my head as a kid. Especially when Mia and Tia were flashing their lights. Yeah. I didn't understand the meaning of that as a kid, but now that I'm older, yeah, now I learned what that scene actually was, and Oh gosh, no, no, no. Anyways, next one we got Ratatouille. Ratatouille is another S tier, right next to Cars. Do you want to know what I think Ratatouille tells me? I think Ratatouille gives a message when they say throughout the film, they constantly say throughout the film, anyone can cook. Do you want to know what that tells me? That anyone can be anything. You want to be an artist? Sure, go ahead. If you want to be a film producer, absolutely nothing wrong with that. See, I just think it tells me that anyone can cook, anyone can be anything. Also, this movie has really funny moments. Like, I think this is another film that takes the crown of comedy, especially Chef Skinner, the villain Chef Skinner. I love Chef Skinner in this film. He's so hilarious. He just has so many funny moments. I just really like that moment where Alfredo was drinking. He's like, rat ooey, or whatever. I just think that this film is beautiful with not only its animation, but I just love the message in general. I also love these characters, Remy, Alfredo, Chef Skinner. I think these characters make this film so beautiful. That's what makes the film so great, especially its message, where it basically tells you that anyone can be anything when they say anyone can cook constantly. You know, anytime I watch this film, I just feel hungry at the end. Don't you guys get hungry after watching Ratatouille? Next, we got Wally. I love Wally. Wally is really fun. I haven't seen the film in a while, but I just love Wally. I think he's a really fun character. I think he's very funny at times. But, like, look at those eyes. I'm gonna zoom in. Like, look at those eyes. Tell me that is not adorable. That is so adorable. I love that. Like, you can't say no to those eyes. Like, you cannot say no to those eyes. That's so adorable. It's not like an S tier, but A tier. You're at the top of A tier. I think it has a beautiful love story. Now me, I don't know what it is with me, but I'm just a really big fan of romance stories. Yeah, there are a lot of people who don't like romantic, like, love stories. There are a hand amount of people who don't like those stories, but me, I'm personally a big fan of romance, like romantic stories. Up, I'll put it in low S tier, but no, no. If you've seen this film, you already know what I'm talking about. When I talk about the first 10 minutes, no. Those first 10 minutes, I swear it will make you cry. When I rewatched this film about a month ago, I almost shed a tear. I'm not joking. Like, my eyes actually felt like they wanted to cry so bad. Like, not just the first 10 minutes of this movie, but just this movie in general. No, just, like, my eyes just, yeah. I think to most people, this is, Up is probably Pixar's saddest film. Like, I think it's Pixar's saddest film, and a lot of people will agree with me on that it's Pixar's saddest film. Now we got Toy Story 3. Another S tier. Now, most people will agree that this was probably the best way to send off the series. I think Toy Story 3 is just really good. The emotion is bigger. Like, just so much of this emotion in this film. Andy moving on to college without playing with his toys anymore. Like, I think it has a good message, and most people think that it was a good way to set off the franchise. However, when Toy Story 4 came out, let's just say we'll get to that later. Alright. But it's just a beautiful film. I think genuinely overall the Toy Story franchise is just really special. it holds a special place in my heart. Either if it's the characters or the emotion or just how well it's done. I think it's got a message about friendship and how it will never die and working together. Now we got Cars 2. you may I'm giving you guys permission to unsubscribe to me. You may dislike this video. You may comment hateful things. You may share this video to make fun of me. But I'm putting it right next to there. I'm sorry. Yeah, you guys are gonna 100% hate me for this. No, wait, you're gonna 1,000,000,000,000% hate me for this. Okay, not only am I a big fan of romance stories, I am also a big fan of spy stories too. I just think that any film that is a spy thriller, I'm just a really big... Sorry about that, guys. It's just my dog. I'm very sorry about that, guys. That was just my dog. But yeah. Yeah. I'm just a really big fan of spy thrillers, and because of that, I just love Cars 2 just as good as the original. And if you ask me if I had any criticism on any of these films, no. I have no criticism on the first Cars, and I have no criticism on the second Cars. Especially the soundtrack, man. That soundtrack goes hard. You have the Fimic Missile theme, which is remixed in other of the soundtrack a lot. Alright. Next we got Brave. I think Brave is it's a good film. It's better than Bug's Life. It's pretty good. It's one of their weaker films, but I don't think overall it's that bad of a film. Not much to say about Brave, but yeah, I just think it's a pretty good film. Monsters University, B tier. It's good, but not anywhere near as good as Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. is just too much of a good film not to put in S tier. Monsters University, yeah, it's pretty good, but like I said, it will never be as good as Monsters Inc. Do you want to know something funny? Sometime last year, I did this with movie night with my mom. At the end, she told me it was good, but she wouldn't have much interest in watching it again. I told her the exact same thing. I told her, yeah, me too. And then, a few days later, it was Halloween, and my math teacher put on the exact same thing. Just as I thought I wasn't going to rewatch the film again, he literally put it on for Halloween. But you know what? I was alright with it. I just kind of sat there and watched it, not having to do stupid work. I just got to relax and watch it, you know. But Inside Out, this movie is A tier. Most people might put this in S tier, but me, I put it top A tier. Beautiful film. Beautiful, beautiful film. It's also really serious at times, but the animation though. The animation also is so bright and colorful. Like, you can tell they went full on out with this film and its animation as well. Inside Out is fantastic. I think it is a wonderful made film. And most people say that Pixar was back. Okay, so basically after 2010s, after the 90s, 2000s era, after Toy Story 3, most people just kind of said that Pixar fell down. And they thought that Pixar just didn't have it anymore. But when Inside Out came out, everyone completely changed their mind, and they said they were back with Inside Out. Yeah. However, though, Inside Out is just it's still a wonderful movie. I think it's still a wonderfully well-crafted made film. It's amazing. Like, it's really good. Next, we got The Good Dinosaur. Wah, 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 wah. Pixar's worst film. It's not that good of a film overall. I I'm sorry. I don't like The Good Dinosaur that much. You know how it's called The Good Dinosaur, right? It should be, it should be called more like The Mid Dinosaur, because that's what the film is. Mid. Okay. There's not a single Pixar film that I necessarily hate, but I still do think The Good Dinosaur is their worst film. This dog, I swear. Dog, please. I am trying to record. I'd much appreciate it if you please don't bark. I'm very sorry about my dog. I'm trying to be as patient as possible, but this dog drives me insane all the time. Still being as patient as possible. Yeah, The Good Dinosaur, just kind of an okay film. 5.9 out of 10. It's really not that good. It's alright if you like it. That's totally fine if you like it. I don't want to take that opinion away from you. I just... Next up, we got Finding Dory. Another B tier. Not near as good as Finding Nemo, but I still think it's kind of a good film. I will say it's better than Monsters University. Not much to say about it. Haven't seen it in a while, so I don't really know what else to say. Cars 3, yeah, y'all saw this coming. It's another S tier, just as good as Cars 1 and 2. I think it's a great send-off to the Cars franchise, and I really don't think there needs to be a fourth Cars film. Of course I would still check out if there was a Cars 4, but I just don't feel like there's need to be one. I think that Cars 3 was the perfect ending. It's still wonderfully well made, just as good as Cars 1 and 2. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Alright, next up we got Coco. I don't know what it is with Pixar and their emotions, but this film is getting an S tier. Low S tier, but still an S tier. I don't know what it is about Coco, but there's just something about this movie. Especially the ending. The ending will make you cry. When Miguel sings Remember Me to his grandmother, who was not in the best place right now. Because of the song he sung, it helped his grandmother. She was singing along with him, and she finally... I don't know how it's to explain it, but if you've seen the film, you know. If you know, you know. Like, that ending, there's no way that ending will not make you cry. I have shed a tear once because of that ending. Next up, we got The Incredibles 2. There were a good amount of people who said this was better than the original Incredibles. But honestly, I put it B. No, not B tier. Okay, you know what? I'll put it top B tier, but still B tier. The reason it's not A tier or S tier, mainly because it is relatively similar to the first movie, where superheroes are illegal again. So now they have to keep their identities a secret again. Basically, this film is kind of a copy and paste. It's kind of lazy. Overall, not a bad film, but I still think The Incredibles, the original, is way better. Again, The Incredibles 2 is not a bad film, but I still think that... Okay, now that there's a third Incredibles on the way, all I have to say is, please find a new story. Don't make the same old superheroes illegal, keeping identities a secret for the third time. Yeah, I think that was everyone's biggest criticism on the second film, is that it was super similar to the first movie, with the plot being very, very similar. Now we got Toy Story 4. Okay, there were people who loved it. Okay, Toy Story 4 had mixed reactions. People loved it, people despised it, people just kind of found it mid. Honestly, I think it's another S tier. Like, do I even need to explain? It's just an incredible film overall. I I just think Toy Story 4 will just hold a special place in my heart. It's just as special as the three Toy Story movies. I think that it's just wonderfully well made. Now, here's the thing. When the original Toy Story came out, people thought that's where it should have ended. Me, I think number 4 had the perfect ending. I mean, if you think about it, for the third movie, it wrapped up Andy's story, and now for Toy Story 4, it wraps up Woody's story. I don't think there's any way to continue that. Hopefully there's not going to be a... You're kidding. Toy Story 5, Toys Meet Tech. Great! An unnecessarily Toy Story 5 nobody asked for. Yay! We'll see how that will turn out. I'm still going to check it out. But I'm not that excited either because there does not need to be a Toy Story 5. I think number 4 had the perfect ending. Onward, A or S tier? S tier. Onward is just so good, bro. It's amazing. Onward is just incredible. Especially with the emotions. Like, yeah, I just love Onward. I think it's fantastic. I think it's just amazing. It's wonderful. So, I haven't seen Soul in a while. I've only watched Soul once, and I don't remember much that that happens in the film, but something about me just tells me A tier. Like low A tier, but still A. No, right there. Yeah. Luca. Where does it go in S tier? It goes right here in S tier. You can, yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with the film Luca. I mean, Luca was surprisingly really good. For the past few years, Pixar's just for the past 2020s decade, Pixar has been in a rough spot with their films just kind of not being as good as what they used to be in the 2010s, late 1990s. But yeah, I think surprisingly for the 2020s, Luca was surprisingly fantastic. Getting an S tier, like, Luca was just amazing. Now, Turning Red. Is Turning Red A or S tier? A lot of people did not like this film when it came out. A lot of people said it was just weird. And, I think the film is actually really good. I think it's a really good film. Not as bad as people think it is. However, I do wish it actually had a villain instead of an overprotective mother. I'll put it in the middle of A tier. Lightyear. They could have done it better for a spin-off. It's not that bad. It's not bad. It's not great either. But I think the Toy Story movies are just better than the Lightyear film. Yeah. Sorry. I mean, again, as a spin-off, it could have been better, but ultimately kind of mid. The Toy Story films are still, like, far beyond better. We got next we got Elemento. This movie bombed. Like, it bombed hard. Like, I'm so surprised of how bad Elemento did. And I kind of regret not seeing it in theaters, because I think it's a wonderful movie. A tier. Now, Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2 is an instant S tier. I don't know, where do I put you in S tier? Right there. No, right there. Honestly, Inside Out 2 is a lot better than the original movie. And also because of the new emotions are so relatable. Especially anxiety. Anxiety is probably the most relatable emotion so far. Yeah, there are people who say it isn't as good as the original Inside Out. But me, I personally think it's better. I think that anxiety is just really relatable, especially because uh, I just feel a lot of anxiety in my life right now. And I feel like anxiety is a good emotion of like is a perfect emotion to explain how I'm feeling right now. As of this current moment, I have not seen Elio. And Elio right now, sheesh, sheesh. So much for a film having a budget of $300 million? The most expensive animated film ever. Alright, that's it for all these Pixar films. Bye bye.